Yo, it's Big Daddy Bling here at the end of season awards in Detroit, and straight up, I cannot believe we lost in the Wild Series again, man. Again, goddamn. Big Daddy Bling signing off. Thank you everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, you're too kind. Thank you, Detroit, and welcome to the 10th and final end of season awards. It's been an absolute blast here at Comerica Park. Loved my time in Detroit. Unfortunately, we just couldn't change that losing culture, could we? You know, the wildcard series, game 3 of the wildcard series was a hurdle we just couldn't overcome. And it turns out that players, they just really like October's off. But anyway, they deserve a round of applause. Well done, boys. I'd say we get them next year, but there is no next year. The first award this evening is for most wins by a pitcher, and this guy, I thought he was going to be a star for us in the postseason. In the end, it was a disaster. He had 16 wins during the regular season, though, so congratulations, Copkun. The next award is for the highest batting average, and this guy is, well, he's going to be a star of that, I have little doubt, and there's no way to prove it now anyway. But he had a batting average of .307, second in the American League. Congratulations, Troy Childers. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player hit most by pitchers, and this has been Tony Vega territory. He had a reduced role this season, of course, with no designated hitter, and it opened the door for somebody else. And with 8 times hit, the winner is Chris Ford. Next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the player who drags us down, the man who's hit into the most double plays. And this guy had a really good season, I thought, but does love a double play apparently. 19 times he hit into that double. The winner is, congratulations, Octavio Mendoza. Next up, it is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who issued the most walks. And this guy, I think he did a clean sweep of the pitching awards last season, and it's good to see him defending his Golden Boot. 71 walks issued. Congratulations, Yordani, Carmona. The next award are the Golden Glasses, awarded to the batter who just struggles to see the ball sometimes and has struck out the most. And it's the first time I think we've ever seen this guy up on the stage, so it's a big moment for him. With 178 strikeouts. Congratulations, Jim Singley. The next award is the Golden K for the pitcher with the most strikeouts, and this guy I think is going to be an absolute star of the game. 265 strikeouts for the season. Congratulations, Mario Morales. The next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to that man who sweeps clean the bases, the man with the most RBIs. And this guy, another one of the newer additions to the team that I think down the line would have been a star for us. 96 RBIs this season. Congratulations, Keinan, Tibi. Now it's time to acknowledge the pitcher with the best ERA, and another one of these guys that is just an absolute star for us. It's just such a shame that really did think this was going to be our year. He had an ERA of 1.74 coming out of the bullpen. Maybe he had 1 or 2 starts in there as well. Congratulations, Cesar De Jesus. Now it's time to acknowledge the man with the most home runs. Again, typically this has been either Shohei Ohtani or Vega territory, but both their guys obviously had limited roles this season. So there's a new man in town, and that man with 26 home runs is Keinan Tibi. Now it's time to acknowledge the horse's ass for this season's worst player. And, well, why it's tempting to give it to Errol Vera for just throwing away game 3 there. I think the worst player this year was a guy that never really played. He was injured the entire season. Didn't mind taking home some wages, by the way. But anyway, didn't play a game all year. So congratulations. The horse's ass is Aldanda. Ivan Aldanda. I forgot your name, mate. Don't see you anymore. And now it is time to acknowledge this season's best pitcher. Now, there is a formula we use to determine this, which along with all the list of tonight's winners is down in the description of the video. Now, the top 4 pitchers this season would have won the award last year. That is the just increase in standard we had this season. But ultimately, there can only be one winner. And in third place, second runner-up, if it was a beauty pageant, 54.39 was the score for Josh Eknes. In second place with a score of 57.69 is another of the bullpenners. It's Espinoza. I forget your first name, might be Antonio. And the winner with a score of 59.26. He's a star of the future, I tell you. It's Mario Morales. And now it's time to acknowledge the best hitter. Again, we have a formula we use to determine this, which is down in the description below. In third place, with a score of 37.56. It's a shame he didn't show up in the postseason. It's Octavio Mendoza. In second place, with a score of 52.5. It's Mr. Batting Average. It's Troy Childers. But the winner, with a score of 53.72. It was a close one. It's Mr. Home Run, it's Mr. RBI, it's Keinan Tibi. And this now brings us to the Golden All-Star, this season's MVP, as voted by you, the fans. I do want to thank everybody who took the time to nominate and then vote for this season's MVP. And with 60% of the vote, it is the closer, Josh Eknes. Well done, well done. Congratulations to Josh and the rest of the winners tonight. Whoever put Josh Eknes as closer is an absolute genius of the game, isn't he? But that will do it for this evening. It'll do it for my time at the Tigers. Like I've said many times, absolute blast has been had here. I leave you in the capable hands of head coach Matty Williams. No doubt he will take the team forward. And yeah, just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Really have enjoyed my time here at the Tigers. But enjoy the rest of your night, everybody in the auditorium. Thank you for turning out. And I will see you at a future game somewhere, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Don't you sack the Australians. No, I've gone. So there we go, the end of season awards are done, and the only thing we've got left to do now is to wrap up the Major League season, and, well, maybe a little bit frustratingly, it was the Toronto Blue Jays who went to the World Series. They did lose a Game 7 to the Padres, but they swept the Yankees, so it goes to show, I think, that we've lost to a very good team there. It's just such a shame, isn't it, that I just feel like our pitchers just didn't quite show up when we needed them to, and I did genuinely think that this was going to be our season. But anyway, that is that. We will be going World Seriesless in this particular series. Now, let's have a look at some of the end-of-season Major League Baseball awards, starting with the Golden Gloves. And we can start with Yordani Carmona picking up a Golden Glove at pitcher. So very, very good stuff for him there. You can see the rest of the winners. No former or current Tigers there that I'm aware of. Let's have a look at the reliever of the year. And it has gone to White Sox Skylar Arias, just ahead of Josh Eknes and Espinoza, who either of which I think would have been very, very worthy winners of that National League award. It went to Edwin Diaz and his new knee, apparently. So yeah, that is that. The next award is the Silver Sluggers. And unfortunately, there are no Tigers involved there, current or former, it looks like. If we're going to have a look at the National League side of things here, we can see Vlad Jr. at the Indianapolis Knights was up there. And I don't think there was anybody else. No, that was that. Now, next up, it is Rookie of the Year. Did we have rookies this year? Surely we did, a young team. But if we did, none of them were in the contention there, so that's maybe a little bit disappointing. But anyway, it went to a Ragin' Cajun, and the National League side of things, it went to Juan Hall of the LA Dodgers. Next up, it is the Manager of the Year. Could our Australian get there? Matty Williams, go on, son. Oh, and he has. Matthew Williams has won the American League Manager of the Year, despite the fact that he had Vera at shortstop in the most important time and game of the season. But anyway, it was a very good season outside of that, so very happy for him. And it was the San Diego Manager, unsurprisingly, the World Series winning San Diego Manager, who was the National League winner. Next up, it is Cy Young. Could we have Morales or Baz maybe winning that? The answer to that is no. Caleb Loggerwell of the Mariners has won the Cy Young. Baz was up there, and did we have anybody else? No, so just Baz in 4th place. So a little bit of maybe bad luck for him there. And on the National League side of things, I don't recognise. Oh, Andrew Walling was down there getting a quick mention. So well done to him. Which brings us to MVP. And it was Saul Esparza of the Yankees who has won MVP. Did we have anybody there? Troy Childers is got a mention, so well done to him, but that is essentially it. And I don't think I recognise any other former Tigers that are on that list. So there we go. And on the National League side of things, it was Tatis Jr. for probably the 17th time. Vlad Jr. was up there in 2nd, and if we go down that list, I don't see any other former Tigers. So there we go. We have a couple of awards there. Matty Williams, Manager of the Year, is perhaps a surprise one, but yeah, excellent stuff. Now this brings us to what I would call my team of the series. So sort of the best team of season 1 all the way through to season 10. So let's have a look at who I've picked. Alright, so we'll start at catcher, where I feel like we never really, maybe now with Zion Rose, we're just starting to get on top of things, but I've gone with Blake Hunt. Now, he won 1 Golden Glove at his time with us. Now, a few stats of his, 551 games that he started, 435 hits, 238 RBIs, 56 home runs, an average of 225, and a WAR of 8.5, so decent from him. If we move over to first base now, and another one that maybe we've not really ever nailed down, there's potential there now with Mendoza and Bernal, but I've gone for Spencer Torkelson. He was really, really good early days for us. 1 All-Star as a Tiger, 603 games, 546 hits, 367 RBIs, 131 home runs, a batting average of 250, and a WAR of, I can't read my own writing, of 11.6, which brings us over to second base. And I had a difficult time with this one. We sort of went through a lot of second basemen, never really as yet have found anybody to nail down the role, except for maybe this guy, Tommy Edman. I think had he not wanted ridiculous money, he could have stayed with us for a lot longer. 1 Golden Glove and 1 All-Star appearance for us at second base. 590 games he played, 659 hits, 225 RBIs, 31 home runs, a batting average of 274, and a WAR of 14.9. Which brings us over to third base, another position that maybe we've never really nailed down, but I've gone with somebody who I tried to replace every year for a number of years and just kept picking him anyway, Luis Garcia. Now, no sort of outside awards for him, but he did play 861 times. He had 958 hits, 371 RBIs, 71 home runs, a batting average of 274, and a WAR of 8.5. Which brings us to shortstop, another position I just feel like we never really got on top of. But the man I've gone with is Jose Lopez. Now, he won 1 Golden Glove with us. His first season with us, it looked like he was going to be an absolute star, and never really recaptured that form. But he did play 580 times, so it took a little while before we replaced him. 481 hits, 176 RBIs, 17 home runs, a batting average of 240, which was his letdown, wasn't it? And a WAR of 5.1 in the end. Now, the outfield, I've had to fudge it a little bit to make sure we get the right guys in. There were sort of 4 standout guys. The unlucky man is Austin Meadows. He does get an honourable mention. The reason he is the unlucky man is that he was one that we traded due to form. The others, if they left, it was down to the fact that they were becoming free agents, and we didn't want to lose them for anything. So in left field, we've gone with Mizel Urbina. He has 1 All-Star appearance and 1 Silver Slugger as a Tiger. He played 280 times, 313 hits, 208 RBI, 69 home runs, a batting average of 295, and a WAR of 11. Centre field, I've kind of just shoehorned him in there. He played more left field for us, but he could play centre field if we wanted him to. Riley Green, he had 3 All-Star appearances and 2 Silver Sluggers, both in left field, but you know, needs must. He needed to be in here somewhere. So 808 games he played for us, 884 hits, 472 RBIs, 131 home runs, a batting average of 275, and an incredible WAR of 18.6. Which brings us over to right field, and that can only be the Shohei Ohtani. 2 All-Star appearances as a Tiger, 359 starts, 347 hits, 268 RBIs, 97 home runs, a batting average of 247, and a WAR of 10.3. Now, I have gone and picked a designated hitter since we did have designated hitters for the majority. It's only this last season, I think, wasn't it, that we didn't have designated hitters. And I've gone for the man pretty much that played it the entire time in Tony Vega. Now, he had 1 All-Star appearance as a Tiger, 749 games, 695 hits, 540 RBIs, 193 home runs, a batting average of 240 and a WAR of 8.8, which is someone who played designated hitter most of his career is surely not too bad. Which brings us to the starting picture. Now, we've had a lot of guys that were sort of good, really good even for a season or two, but there was one guy that was really, really good for longer than that, and that was Jacob deGrom. He won 2 Cy Youngs as a Tiger, made 4 All-Star appearances in I think 5 or 6 seasons. He had a record of 70 wins, 40 losses, an ERA of 335, 964 strikeouts, a whip of 122, and a WAR, an insane WAR of 26.4. And that was, he played 5 or 6 seasons for us. He wasn't like he was a career Tiger. So there we go. That is my team of the series. Let me know how you think I did on that one, who you would have picked instead. And yeah, I think if we had that team in form all together, we would have won a World Series, wouldn't we? But unfortunately, it didn't quite happen. But anyway, that is it for the series. I've had an absolute blast bringing this to you, even though in the end it's all sort of not worked out for us. As I said, I'm going to continue to play this offline as best I can. Time obviously is an issue for me, but I'm going to post updates on the Discord. There's a link to the Discord down below, so I'll let you know how we do this off season in terms of signings and spring training. I'll post regular updates for you as I play through. So yeah, if you want to go and join that, absolutely fantastic. If not, then this is it as far as the Tigers go. We will be back for Out of the Park Baseball 24. My original plan was to do a journeyman, and then they took all the other leagues out. So we will be back most likely in Major League Baseball, and who we're going to play as, let me know. I think maybe we go to the National League for the next one, having played the American League this time. And yeah, we've had a suggestion in the Discord of the Brewers or the Reds, if either of those teams so you think would be good, let me know. Or if you have other suggestions, then by all means, let me know and the reason why. And we'll have a look at what we do for Out of the Park Baseball 24. But until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.